Hello everybody. The subject of the next 3 chapters will be the Palestinians. Before we can approach today's Palestinian problem, we must first figure out if the Arabs of Palestine are the descendants of the ancient Plishtim that have disappeared from history roughly 2600 years ago. So since nowadays when people mention Palestinians we think of Muslim Arabs, one would think that this word is an Arabic word. But it is not. Surprisingly enough, its origin is in Hebrew. The word Palestinian comes from a Hebrew plishti, and the meaning of it is an intruder. Liflosh is to intrude in Hebrew. Word Palestine is a different pronunciation of the Hebrew pleshet. Reason for it is that Greek language did not have an ash sound. So, who were the Plishtim, where and when they have lived, and where did they come from? In Exodus, pleshet is mentioned as a geographical region. In Genesis, Plishtim are mentioned as people. In Samuel 1, Goliath is calling himself the Plishti. Please note that the Greek translation for it was a foreigner. And again, in Samuel 1, they are mentioned as an uncircumcised nation. In Judges, they were mentioned as pagans worshipping a deity named Dagon. It is very important to mention that Plishtim were referred to as the Sea Peoples, and that they were a sworn enemy of the Jewish nation. After the end of the Bar Kokhba revolt of the Jews against the Roman Empire, Emperor Hadrian, that was now determined to wipe out any trace of the Jewish hold to the land, has renamed the land that was called Judea, in other words the land of the Jews, to Syria Palestina. Why Palestina? Because the aforementioned Plishtim were the ancient enemies of Israel. But in fact at that time they were already gone for over 600 years. To conclude this issue, let us compare all of what we have learned about the Plishtim to the modern Muslim Arabs who are being called Palestinians today. So, since the Plishtim were pagans and Arabs are Muslims, and since their deity was Dagon and not Allah, since they were not circumcised but Muslims are, and since they come from the sea while Arabs are coming from the desert, and since they have disappeared 1200 years before Arabs came to Palestine, a claim that modern Muslim Arabs are the ancient Plishtim is not only invalid, it is simply ignorant. And so, this myth is debunked. Thank you for watching.